Why do the Holy Fathers not give completely fixed rules about marital relations during fasting? This means that there is something indeterminate because not all people can live by the same template. The Fathers leave much to our discernment, spiritual sensitivity, capabilities, and effort. To be more clear, I will give examples from the lives of married priests and believers whom I know and who are still alive today. Among them, there are those who, after entering marriage and having 1, 2, or 3 children, then live in purity. Others engage in marital intimacy only during the time of childbearing and live the rest of their lives as brother and sister. Some abstain from marital relations only during fasting periods, while at other times they have marital relations. Some cannot even manage to fulfill this. The goal is for each person to struggle with discernment and care, in accordance with their spiritual strength. In the beginning, of course, youth is an obstacle, but over time, the flesh weakens, the spirit strengthens, and even married people gradually begin to taste divine sweetness. Then, naturally, they turn away from bodily pleasures, which become insignificant in their eyes. Thus, married people struggle in their own way, reaching paradise by walking a well-trodden indirect path, while monks, at the same time, ascend to paradise by climbing rocks and reaching the heights. You must keep in mind that the issue of marital relations is not only your personal issue, and you do not have the right to regulate them alone. This can only be done by mutual agreement, as the Apostle Paul commands. Do not deprive one another, except by mutual consent for a time, so that you may devote yourselves to fasting and prayer. Then come together again so that Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. When this is done by mutual agreement, prayer is still necessary. The strong must consider the weakness of the other. Often, one spouse agrees to abstain to avoid offending the other but suffers inwardly. This most often happens with wives who have less fear of God but a livelier body. Sometimes, pious husbands, hearing words of agreement from their wives, indiscreetly extend the period of abstinence, and the wives suffer. They become nervous and restless. The husbands assume their wives have grown stronger in virtue and wish to live in greater purity, delaying relations for longer periods, which can lead their wives into temptation, even pushing them to seek emotional or physical connection elsewhere. And when a fall occurs, they suffer from guilt. However, the husbands, striving to live in greater purity, fail to notice that their wives are not in the same disposition. Thus, the husbands are mistaken in thinking that their wives are spiritually advancing and no longer desire what is bodily. A great factor in this is how physically similar the spouses are. When one is meek and frail, and the other is very lively, the stronger should offer themselves as a sacrifice for the weaker. Gradually, with the help of the stronger, the weaker will heal. And when both are spiritually healthy, they can move forward together.